Independent National Electoral Commission says permanent voters card to be ready by November. Academic Staff Union of Universities set to vote over strike decision. Correspondent reports on International Day of Girl Child. And on the foreign scene, Chad Prime Minister Albert Padaki resigns. Good evening, you're listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Zahra Zannah. Today is the 11th of October, 2022. And now the news in full. The Independent National Electoral Commission today said new permanent voters card will be made available by November. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu said this at a National Endowment for Democracy event in Washington, D.C. in the United States. Yakubu said 2.7 million double registrations were weeded out of the last continuous voters registration exercise conducted by the Commission. According to him, about 50% of the new PVCs are ready but yet to be distributed to collection centers. Members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, are set to deliberate over the decision to call off its 8-month-long strike. ASU President Emmanuel Osodeke disclosed this to Channels Television in a chat today. Although Professor Osodeke did not confirm when the meeting will take place, sources say voting will take place between Tuesday and Wednesday. Usually, ASU branches nationwide will vote on a decision. The results will then be transmitted to ASU's National Executive Council for final ratification. ASU's deliberations come after the National Industrial Court and the Court of Appeal ordered the union to return to the classroom. Meanwhile, the Speaker of the House of Reps, Femi Bajabiamila, said that the intervention by the leadership of the House was fruitful. Bajabiamila also said that the meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari was far-reaching. He said that the President's decision will be made known to the union and the public today. He also added that 470 billion naira had been included in the 2023 budget to accommodate ASU's demand. And in sports, the Lagos chapter of the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, Lagos SWAN, has petitioned the Lagos State Commissioner for Police, CP Abiodun Alabi, over the activities of Aaron Akerejola, Olatutu Oladuni, Olawole Alakija, and others parading themselves as the caretaker committee of the association despite an existing court order. Muhammad Abdulkarim has details of this and other sports updates.
The Lagos State Chapter of Sport Writers Association of Nigeria, Lagos SWAN, noted that any support from the Nigerian Police Force by providing personnel for such an illegal and unlawful gathering is a clear breach of subsisting express order of the court and will be tantamount to contempt of the court. In another update, Plateau United Technical Advisor Fidelis Ilechukwu says his team will go all out for a win against Esperance of Tunisia in the second leg of their CAF Champions League second round tie billed for the Rade Stadium in Tunisia. Ilechukwu stated this shortly after his team's slim 2-1 win over the four-time champions in the first leg encounter played at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja on Sunday. Meanwhile, Super Eagles goalkeeper Francis Uzoho is set to be included in Omonia Nicosia's matchday squad on their first over with the Premier League giant Manchester United in the UEFA Europa League on Thursday. Manager Neil Lennon and the 23 players traveling squad left today for England with Uzoho part of the group. Uzoho and his teammate will train at the iconic Old Trafford Stadium tomorrow and they will fly back to Larnaca on Friday. And on tennis, Nick Kyrgios announced on Instagram that he will play an exhibition match against Gael Monfils in Mexico City on November 9th. Muhammad Abdulkarim, Freedom Radio.
Global News is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradionig.com, or call us through this number, 0824 44163. Now their female children attend school in the world. According to United Nations, more than 10 million girls will be at risk of child marriage. The profound effects of the COVID-19 pandemic are putting girls at higher risk of early marriage due to a combination of economic shocks, school closures, and interruptions in reproductive health services. Correspondent Zahra Zannah takes a look at the importance of the day and files in this report.
Education is the bedrock to any development in any society, but in northern Nigeria, little emphasis is given to the education of a girl child. It has been said, if you educate a girl, you educate a nation. The International Day of the Girl Child focuses attention on the need to address the challenges girls face and to promote girls' empowerment and the fulfillment of their human rights. Some of the girls express what they want to be if their parents let them study.
Yes, I used to go to school, but I don't anymore because I usually go out for outing now.
Da ina zuwa amma yanzu ba na zuwa saboda an ce mu kawo kuɗin makaranta. Yanzu talla muke yi. Sai na yi talla zan samu kuɗin da zan je mu kai makaranta.
Will parents let their children study at this time? Some parents express their opinion.
My daughter will have gone to school, but with condition that there is a difference between an educated woman and matter where you are. You have to see a change.
Ina da ra'ayi ni gaskiya in har ta samu miji aure da zan
husband. I will marry her off because I want her to get married.
Dr. Suwaiba Said Ahmad, the Director Center for Gender Studies at Bayero University here in Kano, said economic pressure is one of the reasons behind a lack in girls' education.
People are gradually seeing the need for the girl child education for obvious reasons. Initially, there is this traditional or cultural belief that the girl child is meant to stay at home, the girl child is just a caregiver, education is not as important as the man's education.
Dr. Abdulrashid Garba at the Department of Education at Bayero University, Kano, explains the difference in education between women and men.
Education is universal. The only difference is how to deliver it. You deliver it in accordance with the differences, peculiarities of the human.
Dr. Lami Hayu, chairman at the State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, said Kano State government has improved girl child education.
State capital budget, you see that the government has prioritized education because the percentage of education constitute about 25, 26 to 27% of the total budget expenditure. By mere looking, you can see how the government improved in terms of education, in terms of provision of education.
Malam Abdusalam Babangwali, an Islamic scholar in Kano, explains the importance of women education in the world.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them a chance to earn his pleasure and also to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in order to be rewarded paradise in the day of judgment. Whosoever commits good deeds, whether he is man or woman, while he is a fully believer, those who are the dwellers of Al-Jannatul Firdaus.
The theme for this year, International Girl Child, is Our Time is Now. Our rights, our future. Zahra Zannah Adam, Freedom Radio.
Jigawa State Government has inaugurated 2 committees on flood today. The Committees of Flood Disaster Assessment, Fundraising and Palliative Distribution Technical Committee on Flood Mitigation. Speaking during the occasion held at Jigawa State Government House, Tuesday, Governor Muhammad Badaru Abubakar said that the first committee, chaired by Wazir Duse Al-Haji Bashir Dalhatu, is expected to carry out its assignment within 6 weeks.
Members of this technical committee comprises of 22 members. It's made up of individuals drawn from diverse fields of professional background with accumulated years of cognate technical experience. In particular, this committee will make technical recommendations on medium to long-term flood mitigation measures and possibly how to turn flood waters to the economic advantage of the state.
He said the second committee, led by Mahmoud Dawu Aliyu, Managing Director Hadija Jama'ari River Basin, will ascertain the level of damage caused by flood and come up with a lasting solution to prevent future occurrence.
The first committee will coordinate and actualize the launching of Flood Appeal Fund, carrying out the distribution of palliatives to the verified victims of the recent flood disasters throughout the state, and make recommendation on the establishment of Flood Trust Fund. And some specific terms of reference for this committee include, among others, comprehensive review and validation of the preliminary assessment done on the nature and scope of the recent flood disaster across the state.
Speaking on behalf of the members of the two committees, Wazir Ndus Al-Haji Bashir Dalhatud expressed appreciation to the governor for finding them worthy while promising to work diligently.
We assure you that we know the task is not very, very easy, but we are going to be on top of it. We are committed, we are concerned, and we appreciate the government's sympathy and concern for its people to quickly find means of bringing relief now and in future to our people who have been going through this year in, year out. It is not a Jigawa State phenomenon, as you know, Your Excellency.
Jigawa State Government House correspondent Aminu Umar Shuaju reports that the members of the two committees, including commissioners, civil servants, special advisors, special assistants, as well as traditional rulers, among others. On this day, 11th October 2019, the Kano State Police Command rescued 8 kids kidnapped from various locations within the state metropolis. Amina Mukhtaria Kasey reports.
According to reports, the children were kidnapped between 2013 and 2019, but they were later traced to Anambra State where they were sold. Parading the suspect, the State Commissioner of Police Ahmed Ilyasu said the kidnap syndicate was busted when Paul Olney kidnapped one Harima Ba'o and attempted to relocate him to Anambra State from where he would be sold. The CP disclosed that Ba'o was abducted on September 11, 2019, on his way home from Islamia School at Enkaba quarters of the state capital. Also, the police boss said one Fagil Ba'o alerted the police to the missing several children aged between 2 and 6 years, adding that the children were taken to various unknown destinations. Amina Mukhtaria Kasey, Freedom Radio.
And on business, Abdurrahman Adu Baba has updates.
Data from financial statement just released by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited showed the number of workers at Nigerian refineries fell by 218 within a year, while the facilities posted a cumulative comprehensive loss of 69.03 billion during the review period. NNPC managed Nigerian 3 refineries, which include the Kaduna Refining and the Petrochemical Company, Wari Refining and the Petrochemical Company, and the Port Harcourt Refining Company. An analysis of the various financial statements of the 2 refineries indicated that while KRPC reduced its workforce by 104 workers, WRPC cut down its staff by 113. But there was no mention of the staff reduction at PHRC. The comprehensive loss at KRPC during the period under the review was put at 22.89 billion. WPRC was 19.63 billion. While PHRC posted a loss of 26.51 billion. Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Dr. Ezra Rapsat, has said Nigeria's non-oil export sector performance in the first 6 months of 2020.
Unfortunately, that was all we could take from business. And on the foreign scene, the Prime Minister of Chad, Albert Bahini Padagi, has resigned in order to pave the way for a new government. The President's office said today after the Central African country decided to push back elections by 2 years. And with that, we've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the entire production team and I, Zahra Zannah, thank you for listening.